Welcome. Welcome, everybody, this morning. I'm Nancy O'Neill. I'm a licensed spiritual practitioner here at the Center for Spiritual Living Tahoe-Truckee. And whoever you are and wherever you are on your spiritual journey, you are welcome here. We know there are many paths to God, and we recognize that all these paths lead to oneness and love. So we're grateful to each one of you for being here this morning. So, whether you're here or watching on Zoom, which we can't see them, but they can see us. So our center's purpose is love. Our vision is embracing all while and serving with love while awakening to the one. So we set our intentions today with our receptivity statement that you see on our screen. So please read along with me. I am here by divine appointment. Something I'm about to hear applies to my life. I am open, receptive, and willing to explore the possibilities. So this morning we're doing things a little bit different. So I'm going to begin by reading, this is a spiritual mind treatment that Reverend Pam wrote about our building. And so, as you know, our building is for sale. There's a big sign out there. So this is our treatment about our building. And you can kind of read along with me if you'd like to. I know that the one infinite life is continually expressing itself in, through, and as my life, and as a center for spiritual living, Tahoe-Truckee. This life is love, therefore we are love. This life is clarity and wholeness, therefore we are clarity and wholeness. As I let go of fear and instead trust in the divine infinite source, I know that everything is unfolding for our center's highest and best good. Together we rise upward and forward as we embrace all and serve with love while awakening to the one. Spirit supports us through spiritual transformation, loving and caring members, connections to nature and beauty, new and rejuvenated spiritual and business leaders, abundant resources, the perfect location, and activities to sustainably serve the needs of our current membership and future generations. Divine guidance leads us to sound and harmonious decisions regarding our building's future. With gratitude, I contribute my time and resources to our beloved center's vitality. As I release these words to the law, this vision is now manifesting. Spirit fills us with love and joy. All is well, and so it is. So, like I said, we're changing things around.
It's good to change things around.
We're doing things
Changes
different.
the game here on planet Earth.
Yeah, as if you didn't notice. Anyway, so we're going to move into our announcements first. We used to do our announcements last, so we just flipped it. So the first announcement that I'd like to make actually is not up there. So on January 7th, please mark that in your calendars. We're going to have a general meeting here to discuss the building, our bylaws, and probably the money that we get from the building and shifting some money from the building fund into general fund. But we needed a 30-day notice in order to do that. So that will be January 7th. So right after the gathering, everyone is invited to stay for hospitality time. So we're about food. I don't know how that came about, but I guess we're foodies somehow. So next Sunday, which is December the 3rd, Matthew Hara will be bringing us music, yoga, and Hindu chants. I will be the practitioner, and our musicians are Matthew and Suba Doyle. Anyway, you can find everything about our center, all the announcements on our website, tahoecsl.org. The video recordings of our Sundays are You can reach that through our website, and we also have a YouTube channel. So the next announcement is about Donna Axton, who is one of our practitioners, and she is also the music director of what she calls now the community choir, which used to be the Sierra Nevada College Choir. It's now UNR and whatever. Anyway, but her Christmas concert will be November 30th at 7 p.m. and Saturday, December 2nd at 2. And I love the fact that she's thrown in a matinee, because it seemed like every year there was a snowstorm. Anyway, she'll be presenting, it's called Magnificat by John Rutter, and then Christmas carols and a whole lot more. And it's at St. Patrick's Church in Incline Village. And tickets are $20 advance. We have tickets here for sale, $25 at the door. And you can also get your tickets at the Potlatch in Incline or other choir members. The next is the Red Tent, which is a monthly women's circle, and that meets. It's a new moon ritual, actually, and it's Tuesday night, December 12th, 6:30 to 8:30 at the Wellness Center in Kings Beach, and that's usually potluck, right?
Bring your own utensils and
Everything,
dishes.
everything, including stuff to share. So we have a great lineup for December. So we talked about Matthew Hara, who will be here next week. December 10th is an experiential on creating world peace with our practitioner, Brenda Hildorn. December 17th is a sound healing meditation with, okay, I need help with this word, Gyeonggi. She says it, very differently. But anyway, that's our old American way of saying Gyeonggi. To release the past and welcome the new year. And so you have to sign up for this meditation, this sound healing meditation, because the last time we had a lot of people here, and you bring a yoga mat, and we were running out of space. So, and Saturday, December 23rd is our Christmas Eve service with inspiration and Christmas carols and, of course, a candle lighting ceremony. And there will be no service on New Year's Eve. On December 17th is our annual Christmas party at Donna Axton's house, and potluck, great conversation, and white elephant, which is always pretty funny. I know these announcements kind of go on and on, sorry. January 2nd through the 30th, Centers for Spiritual Living are putting on a free class on the 4 pivots. So that will be every Tuesday in January from 4 to 5:30 p.m. It's a free online book study. It will be on Zoom. And the book is about shifting the world from ongoing conflict to learning to build a beloved community together based on belonging and shifting from transactional relationships to transformational relationships. And you can sign up for that on csl.org. And so that starts January 2nd, 2024. Dang, there goes the... Yes, and we will probably have people, some people doing it here, but it will still be all on Zoom.
Yeah, so you can come here and it'll be on Zoom.
So we also have our drop-in classes that are on Zoom. This is weekly. Tai Chi with Chris Worcester. And Thursdays, Mary's Ananda meditation, Thursday evenings. And Supaipo leads Course of Love on Friday nights. That's a lot of announcements.
What a rich community you have.
A lot going on. So, and yeah, we hope that you join us in all of these. So, right now, I'd like to introduce Reverend Angelika, who is here from Angelika Schaefer. Angelika lives down by Ananda, down near Nevada City, and we are so grateful to have her here this morning. And she is going to tell us a little bit about herself and about her workshop, and then she is going to be she's a minister, she's going to be doing our talk and music. Yay. Welcome, Angelika.
Thank you, Nancy. So most of you know me, but my purpose here on earth, it's become more clear lately, is to help to inspire, to help to encourage, help to bring all of us, including this character, and everyone I meet, to a higher frequency. And I use every tool that I can for this purpose. So from food to, and I'll talk more about that, to seminars, to music, to modalities that help us to shift our nervous system out of the trauma loops into a more coherent state. And that is one of the keys that I think humanity needs right now, because we can build a spiritual castle on top of a very frazzled nervous system, and it just doesn't do all of it. You know, we need a good foundation. So I've made some pretty good progress with that lately, and in the workshop I will share some of those modalities with you. Welcome. And we will use sound and mantras to align and clear our energy centers. And we will do all kinds of different things to bring us into greater attunement and alignment, and shed some things that are no longer necessary. So I don't know who is coming. I have no idea who is planning to be here for the workshop. Okay, great. So we're going to do it here in a circle, and it's going to be after lunch. So that should be around noon we'll start. This is roughly 2 hours. And just get ready for a really beautiful deep dive into transformational practices. All right. So yeah, I live near Grass Valley, and I come by invitation. I love to do inspirational talks, workshops, music. Like I said, anything I can. I also do private counseling, anything I can to help, because right now it's urgent. Every man, woman, and child on deck. So that is also what my talk will be about. Welcome. We're growing. Awesome. All right. So I will start out with the more meditative piece of music. The first part is by Rickie, Byars, the very first part. And then the second part is in Sanskrit. And it is a prayer, an ancient prayer, Twameva. Twameva mata chapita Twameva. And it means, you, my divine source, are everything to me. Watch the camera. It's wiggling. It's going to fall over. The dog is leaning against it. All right. So I told Nancy earlier, I see everything. You know, if something wiggles or is out of kilter, I just see it. It's one of those gifts, you know, those dubious gifts. Can be useful. But Twameva Mata, it means you are my everything. You are my mother, my father. You are my inspiration, my knowledge, my wealth, everything. And, you know, for me, more than ever, I see it all as given by grace. From within, I let my heart begin to see eternity. Turn within, and now I can begin to see the face of love. Face of love is all I am. Face of love is all I see. Ever present, all around me. It's within me, it's within. Let's sing that together. Ever present, all around me. It's within me, it's within. One more time, ever present, ever present, all around me. It's within me, it's within. Twameva mata chapita Pita Twameva, Twameva Bandhuscha Saka Twameva, Twameva Vidya Dravinam Twameva, Twameva Sarvam Mama Deva Deva, Twameva Mata Chapita Twameva, Twameva Bandhuscha Saka Twameva, Twameva Vidya Dravinam Twameva, Twameva Sarvam Mama Deva Deva. The Sanskrit mantras are very much vibrating with the transformational divine energy. And that's why I really love them and like to work with them. Oh gosh, welcome, you beautiful souls. So I chose today's title. I had a different title. It was something about transformation and change at first, but I go by guidance. And so in meditation, I got this new title for you especially, and the title is You Make a Difference. So just let's go inward for a moment and let's contemplate these beautiful ideas. The experience of wholeness is that of being complete in each moment. Each moment is enough. There is a sense of fullness and satisfaction simply in being. Nothing needs to be done, yet all things are possible. Feeling the joy of simply being with oneself and all there is. We are complete and radiate peace to all beings. That is our true power and potential, hidden within all human beings. And let's bring our awareness to this amazing life-giving breath that we usually take for granted. This is taking a deep breath in, filling your whole belly, your diaphragm. Flowing in and out like waves in the sea. Even this beautiful lake in the sky, Tahoe, had little wavelets this morning as I was meditating on her shores, coming in and out. Life just lifing, life doing its thing through us, ebbing and flowing. The ancient sages of India observed that our destiny is ultimately shaped by our deepest intentions and desires. The Upanishads, a classic Vedic text, states, "You are what your deepest desire is. As your desire is, so is your intention. As your intention is, so is your will. As your will is, so is your deed. As your deed is, so is your destiny." Do not underestimate the power of an intention. It is a potent impulse of consciousness that contains a seed of that which we set out to create. And we can all sense that there is something that is unaffected by our successes and failures, our perceived limitations. And this something is always beckoning, sometimes gently, sometimes more strong. The essence of creation, a vast consciousness, presence itself. And this presence allows all that is to arise and subside within it with complete love and absolutely no judgment. So let's relax together and smile and watch the breath. Welcome to this moment in eternity, my dear friends. So now I want to share with you a song that I wrote, or I should say they kind of come to me. I'm going to go back to that other station over there to do that. So this is my invitation for everyone to come through the open door, because the door really is open. We just forget that it is open. You know, we, out of habit, we stay in our self-made prisons, but there is no need, and we can't afford that anymore. So that's why I'm very urgent about this in a good way, but let's come online. We need to come online, kids. All right. So this is my invitation. Walk with me through the open door. Something now is calling us home, stronger than ever before. Walk with me through the open door. Now we can walk each other home and follow the music of our song. Were we ever really lost? Or was that just a dream? Perhaps it's up to us. What we decide is real. Are we ready to let go of all we think we know? Of everything we thought and ways that we were taught? Change it all up. Walk with me through the open door. Something now is calling us home, stronger than ever before. Walk with me through the open door. Now we can can walk each other home and follow the music of our soul. It takes just what it takes for hearts and minds to change. We got a little lost to find our way again. And anyone who wants can now be really free. Opportunity is here, it's speaking loud and clear. Walk with me through the open door. Something now is calling us home, stronger than ever before. Feel free to sing with me. Walk with me. Walk with me through the open door. Now we can walk each other home and follow the music of our soul. It is time now. It is time to come home right now. It is time now. It is time to be home right here. Right here. Right here. Thank you. So this came in actually a year ago, December 28 last year, in meditation in my little forest temple. This song just jumped into my head and I had to rush up to the cottage where I live because it doesn't stay, things come and they go very easily. So I scribbled something on a piece of paper and kept singing it on the way up, so I would remember. Those are the unexpected gifts. Oops, what happened? Ah, my iPad, it switched off. That's okay. I don't even normally, I write the notes, but then I don't usually look at them too much, except for the quotes. So this morning, a friend of mine sent a newsletter, and she does with art what I do with music. And it was just so fitting. Her name is Dana Anderson. She said, when the world is fragmenting, it is more important than ever to touch the realms of wholeness. Confronting despair, we are called to turn within, to bring forth the shining visions that restore the heart and weave the tapestry of unity. Isn't that something that just came in this morning at 5 o'clock? See what I do at night. Oh, gosh. So, except for a few masters on earth that have really mastered this game of life, we usually do not know how powerful we are. So we were created by the source of everything that is in manifestation. That source can also be unmanifest, when the scientists call it the quantum field, or when, we call it by so many names, but the void, black hole, whatever. But it's where all things come from. Out of its out-breath, then comes the visible world, which is us, and the chair we sit on. And, even I have an amazing relationship, even with rocks. Like, I live near the South Yuba, and I go walking there often. And the Yuba is full of, there are rocks of every kind, and they are works of art. And some of them are round and smooth and carved by the forces of nature, which made such incredible beauty. but it was actually violent forces that whittled these rocks to these pieces of art, just like life often in very seemingly violent ways whittles us into greater pieces of art. So, since I couldn't change it and I spent a lot of my life trying to go against that principle, I changed my policy. So now I just open my heart to the whittling and say, take me, whittle away. And since I've been doing that, gosh, I can't tell you. I mean, even this one who used to kind of like not like itself very much, can anyone relate? It's starting to actually fall in love with itself, but not in an egoic way, but in a way of recognizing the true power of the whole universe, of that source that lives within every cell of us. We got to breathe on that one. I mean, it's mind-boggling. Our little mind cannot understand that, but our hearts can understand it. We get it so many different times, moments during the day when we are touched by something in life that unlocks and unleashes the power of our heart and our spirit. So, what's going on Earth? So, Jeddah Mali, she is a spiritual teacher from England. She's wonderful. She says, humanity is passing through a critical lesson, one which requires us to be more stable, clear, and empowered than ever. The world needs our individual contribution of love, light, and conscious understanding. Conscious understanding. To pass through this test into its next phase of development. So that jumped out for me because many of us have sensed that we have incredible potential and greatness in our being for a long, long time. But we didn't have the conscious understanding. We're just now starting to understand. For me, I have always known that, well, this is, I call it trauma planet, Almost every being I know has been traumatized in one way or another. And children are not, as children we are programmed, we have a lot of very negative programming we get to start life out on planet Earth, which we then need to spend a lot of energy to overcome, but it's not our fault. Nothing that you feel bad about yourself, ever have felt bad about yourself, is your fault. Nothing. It's a matter of bad programming. And I recently came across another beautiful modality, which is a synthesis of many things I've learned before. It's called cogno-movement, and it helps through movement of the eyes and very brilliant modalities to release the nervous system from all these accumulated loops, trauma loops, and negative programs. But at the root, where they are in the nervous system. So our mind is really about, our brain and mind is about efficiency. So if something, and we have a negativity bias for survival's purposes. So if something negative happens to us at any age, even now, the mind and brain immediately gives it special attention. And it puts a super glue on that neural receptor, AMPA receptor, and glues it literally to the neurons. And then anything that is associated, like a color, a smell, a taste, a sound, will get lumped in with that alarm bell. Danger, danger. And so our mind is constantly trying to protect us very lovingly, but most of these mechanisms are hindering our coming into our full true nature, our full potential. So I recognized lately that it's very important and very timely to undo these loops, these trauma loops, these loops of fears. We have so many fears that our mind desperately holds on to protect us. So I have found some ways that we can release these things. And when they release, it's like when you let go, or you take a virus out of a computer, it runs so much better and faster and more efficiently and not so hot, and it doesn't get bogged down, and its bandwidth is greater. We also have a computer. Our mental computer works just like a computer, technological. And so as we free these energies, they take so much life force. These loops, these fears, these traumas, the guilt, the shame, I could go on and on. You know what I mean? You've explored it, your life in this lifetime, like I have. But we need to really find a way to release it at the root. Not just like I spoke earlier about just putting spiritual wisdom and practices on top of that while that is still running in the nervous system just doesn't work. So I am now I found a way to release it out of the nervous system, and when that releases, automatically the spiritual teachings come alive in us. We become that love, we become that joy and that lightness. And so I encourage all of us to pray deeply for the grace to be able to release any loops of guilt, shame, fear, regrets. Regrets of the past and fears of the future is what we are caught in. And in order to make a difference, everyone makes a difference. Like this service right now makes a difference. It's a small group, but we are powerful beyond our own wildest imagination. Anytime even one of us shifts, changes something in our habitual crazy minds and puts our hearts, towards the solution, it helps. It helps the whole. It makes a difference. And anytime we're gathered as a group, it makes even much, much more of a difference. So frequency and vibration goes out and energy goes out from this room that affects everyone connected to us, everyone in the whole world, in the whole universe, and especially our invisible ones too, our guides and helpers and our God squad. It affects them too, because they had to work very hard to get us to this point. Oh gosh, I always said I must have had hundreds of angels watching over me to keep me alive. And now I know why. Thank you. It was worth it. I say now. Me jumping off of mountains in Alaska with a hang glider and almost breaking my neck and on and on and on. But here I am. And I'm more clear and have more joy and more quality in my life than I ever did before. Because I know now how to focus this incredible instrument that has been given us, the mind and the heart. And so I've been reading my favorite novels. They are by David Michie, and he's an Australian author. He wrote the series The Dalai Lama's Cat. And so the books are written from the perspective of a cat, a cat that lives with the Dalai Lama. And the books I love those kinds of books where it's a story and a teaching, many spiritual teachings, an interesting story, and a lot of humor. And so I got the latest one, which is called The Claw of Attraction. He's so cute. And one other one is in the series. It's a series. It's called The Power of Meow. And The Art of Purring. I mean, they're really precious. And he uses, his abundance for he loves animals. Obviously, he can think like a cat, I swear. That book is written by a cat through his mind. But I laugh out loud when I read this. And in the book are so many jewels that I just like the reminders, because we forget, we let the mind run on automatic. We cannot afford that anymore, okay? Please, are you with me? We cannot afford that anymore. You do not let it run on automatic. So when a musician or an athlete or an artist, anybody who wants to do anything, what do we need? Practice, right? So we need to practice. So for example, when we prepare food, we can, and I traveled with a lot of the saints from East and West, and the mothers from India especially, they would go to the kitchen with us and show us how to prepare food, but it was really the internal attitude. And the mothers always said, the energy of the cook goes into the food and all your thoughts. That's why even Gandhi in the prison had murderous thoughts when they served him a lunch, because a murderer had prepared the lunch with murderous thoughts. But every thought counts. So imagine we have, gosh, tens of thousands of thoughts in a day, right? Even at night we dream. But imagine every thought counts, and every motion of your heart counts. Every feeling counts. Everything is energy and goes out and has an effect. You know, like the waves, they make the shore different. They change the shore. So these waves of energy that we put out, they change the field. So when you cook, back to the food, you can say, I I wish for all beings everywhere to have such beautiful, nutritious food and such abundance. So you can make that a prayer as you prepare the food and put all your love in it and say, may all beings who get to, partake of this food be happy and know the causes of happiness, the true causes of happiness. And that really is to practice, to cleanse our minds and hearts of all the debris that we no longer need, and then come online fully as the powerful beings that we are, and then we make all the difference in the world. Each one of us will make all the difference in this world. It will change this world. You come online with your true purpose. We've been given a lot of grace periods, kids, but it's time to get with it, all right? So cultivate good habits. Cultivate good habits of mind and heart all day long, throughout your whole day. And if some feelings and thoughts come in that are really painful, you just invite them with love. We don't want to like push them away or make them wrong. That would not be compassionate. We're compassionate, but we recognize this is not me. This is not who I am. This has been bad programming. Oh, sweetheart, come, let me put you into my own powerful sacred heart. But you do not get to take over my nervous system, my thoughts, my feelings, and actions anymore. I am now the master. I am now the healthy, divine parents that maybe we never had. But I am now that parent to my inner children. Let's breathe with that one. So it's a balance of will, discipline, intention, practice, clarity, and loving kindness and compassion to all those hurt parts in us and in other beings. We easily even clobber each other with spiritual teachings, like, oh, it's not real, it's all a dream. Well, when someone comes with tears and they're brokenhearted, you don't want to tell them, oh, it's not real. You just want to hold them. You give them a hug, maybe, put them on your lap, whatever. So, just being present with what is, but not getting hooked into the old habits of body, mind, and spirit. And so another little jewel that I want to share with you from the cat book, the Claw of Attraction, is so a friend in the story gives her friend some advice. Her friend is depressed, and so she says, you know how we have amulets and talismans, objects of power, objects of benevolence. We can also do that mentally. So she said, use a mental amulet, use a mental talisman. And that could be, and the cat, chimes in the book, well, I am so fortunate that I am the Dalai Lama's cat. So you could use any words of power, any sentence of power, anything at all that empowers your heart and your inner knowing and your spirit and the message where you come from. I am a divine being. I am a being of infinite capacity and potential, and I am here to practice showing up for that more and more. whatever you want to do. My purpose is here to transform the bad programming of myself and everyone else into more love. And you don't have to be perfect. This is not a place of perfection. This is a place of learning, of evolving. I don't know, I'm just here for the first time fully, willingly. I used to want to get off this planet. And now I'm very happy to be here, as long as I don't hook into its sorrow and suffering, because that lowers my vibration and my frequency, and that does not help the wars, and it does not help the suffering of anybody. The only thing that helps, yes, I do what I can, we can contribute in whatever way with our energy, time, money, service. That helps on the outer, but the only thing that truly helps the most inside, from which all good actions come, is our frequency, to raise our frequency and our vibration to a level of where we can claim the fact that we make a difference. Even if we grew up feeling small and insignificant and hurt and powerless, it doesn't matter. Now we are called, we're here gathered together to share in this message, in this recognition that we are powerful beyond anything our little minds could ever imagine. So let's focus on that and let's practice it. Make yourself a little spiritual or big spiritual amulet, and the more you say it, the more you focus on it, the more it will grow and be automatic. It will just come up automatically all the time. So we can cultivate new mental habits. We can cultivate new emotional habits, and they are habits. So I could talk for a long time, but let's save a little practice for the workshop. And I'm so delighted to be with you, and thank you for letting that message into your heart and mind. And I wish for the center and for Reverend Pam and Michael and everyone in this community the highest and most beautiful unfolding of their next step, wherever they are and whatever happens, to go in the direction of what I just spoke about. May they be blessed and empowered and guided to their next right place. Namaste. Thank you.
And here are your shoes.
Oh, my shoes. I took my shoes off because I'm too tall for the mic, but also because it's much nicer without shoes to be.
Trip over them.
Good idea.
Thank you, Angelika. What a great sharing. Thank you so much. Just a little piece of what we can expect later on in today. So that was incredibly awesome. As usual, no doubt that her name is Angelika. We just think of angels.
It took me a long time to live up to that name.
You know what? Did you have another song or no?
Oh, yes, probably.
Okay.
Here are my notes. Oh, yes. That's a good one. It's a good song. It was composed by Shlomo Carlebach, and it was made famous by Shana Knowles, and it's Return Again. You can sing with me. Return again to the land of your soul. Return to what you are. Return to who you are. Return to where you are, born and reborn again. So we were born in the physical, but we're reborn into our true spiritual nature. Body or no body, doesn't matter. Return again, return again, return to the land of your soul. Now join me. Return again, return again, return to the land of your soul. Return to what you are, return to who you are, return to where you are, born and reborn again. Together, return to what you are, return to who you are, return to where you are, born and reborn again. Return again, return again, return to the land of your soul. Return again, return again, return to the land of your soul.
Beautiful. Thanks. So this is our time, our prosperity time. If you're inspired by today's gathering, just consider sharing your abundance with our spiritual community. Donations of your time, your talent, your treasure, that supports our vision of embracing all, serving with love, while awakening to the one. So we're always extremely grateful for for your continued support. So there are ways to give. There's always cash. There's checks. There's Venmo. There's pay. We have it all. PayPal, credit cards, and you can also go online. Our website is tahoecsl.org, and you can even pay on or donate on our website. So if you'll hold your offering over your heart and repeat with me our prosperity affirmation. In everything I give thanks. I gratefully and joyfully share my offering, which flows from God, my infinite source. My gift blesses the center and all who are guided, healed, and empowered by its activities.
God is my source, God is my power, God gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings, God gives me everything I need. God is my source, God is my power, God gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings, God gives me everything I need. God gives me everything I need. God gives me everything I need.
Just like Karen Drucker. That was awesome. Thank you, Angelika. So just in knowing what God is, because God is an abundant presence in our life. It shows up in so many ways. It shows up in donations. It shows up in the beauty that we see outside, the nature. It shows up in joy and love and connection. And so just in great gratitude for all that's given to support our center, our beloved community, I give thanks as we say together, and so it is. So I'd just like to thank all of you for being here today. And if you're a first-time visitor, and I know we have a couple, just thank you for coming and sharing this time with us. We just so appreciate it. I just love it when Mark walked in last week at 8:30 in the morning, and we're going, "Who are you?" That was great. So glad you came back. Anyway, they're on the table over there. If you don't mind, just sign in our guest book, and also if you'd like to be on our what we call a constant contact, but it's a weekly newsletter that comes out on the computer. It tells you everything that's going on. You can over there's a guest card that you can sign in, and there's also a welcome pack that I hope you picked up. And if you'd like to receive this email newsletter, just make sure that we have on your card your email. So we have lots going on to support you. in Centers for Spiritual Living, we have what's called practitioners, and I am one. And also online, we have Carol, who is there, and I'm not sure who else is there, if Brenda's there or not, who are also practitioners. So we have been trained and licensed in the process of what we call spiritual mind treatment, which is just prayer. And so if there's something heavy on your heart today, you can come to me and I can be happy to do a prayer for you. We call it the 1 minute miracle, really, because if you'd like a longer counseling session, we have our names, and I think there are 3 practitioners, and some are not here in town. So we have them online too. So if you'd like to schedule a longer spiritual coaching session, we have our names and our phone numbers over on the table. So if you'll just join us in our closing song, um, you can stand and
You are the face of God. And then in the second time, we'll sing, You are the face of love. So you are the face of God. I hold you in my heart. You are a part of me. You are the face of God. You are the face of God. I hold you in my heart. You are a part of me. You are the face of love. Now love. You are the face of love. I hold you in my heart. You are a part of me. You are the face of love. Let's sing it one more time and maybe look at someone or look at everybody in the room. Just really sing it to them. They are, we are. You are the face of love. I hold you in my heart. You are a part of me. You are the face of love. And it's really easy to do with the dogs, which is God spelled backwards. See how shy people are, but with the dogs, no problem. All right, sweethearts. You are the face of love.
so online, I think. Oh, hello, Karen, whoever that is. So this is called the prayer of protection. This is from Unity, and you can say it along with me. The light of God surrounds me. The love of God enfolds me. The power of God protects me. The presence of God watches over me. Wherever I am, God is. And so it is. So please join us for hospitality.